What is up, SillyTavern community? I'm here to bring you the weekly news that you may or may not have missed. Kimi K2.6 dropped last week, and I spent 2 days trying to prompt it to work for Roleplay. DeepSeek version 4 finally drops. We've been waiting for that for a long time. And we have ChatGPT 5.5 with all of its nice guardrails, so we won't really talk about that. Let's roll the intro.
Freaky Frankenstein presents the weekly SillyTavern news.
Let's first talk about DeepSeek 4. Okay, so we have DeepSeek V4 Pro, we have DeepSeek V4 Flash, thinking and non-thinking versions of both of those. It's dropped on NanoGPT, so we can use them freely for roleplay. That's kind of been our go-to place for roleplay, $8 subscription monthly. It's been really kind of a whirlwind for me. A roller coaster. You can see me in the Reddit community talk it up on Friday when it first came out. DeepSeek V4 has refreshing pros overall. Compared to other models that have been trained on Claude, that's what's happening. They're being distilled. So a lot of these other models are just being trained on Claude, and so they're outputting similar to Claude. DeepSeek V4 does not feel that way at all. So in that sense, it's very refreshing to use for roleplay. It has a very unique pros, use lots of big collegiate words, amongst other things. And at first, it seemed very interesting, nice, different, edgy is a word I'd use for it. It has changed. It dropped Friday. I continue to use it on NanoGPT Saturday and Sunday. Since then, it has plummeted as far as quality goes. I've tried out different presets, different lore books, different character cards. After 1 or 2 responses, it completely does what it wants. It says, I'm the captain now. And it ignores everything that you're trying to give it. So I can't recommend it at this time. I can't believe I'm saying this because I've been a person that has been like waiting for this thing for about a month now. I never got into the original DeepSeeks. I will say that DeepSeek 2 or whatever and DeepSeek 3.2, they've been okay, but they've never been overall my favorite. I've been obviously a big GLM fan from the beginning, but DeepSeek 4, I was hoping that it would bring everything up to date and catch up with all the other models. These last 2 days have been disappointing. It's currently on sale, pay as you go on NanoGPT. I'm wondering if maybe they're tweaking DeepSeek. I have used the official DeepSeek prompts. There are 2 official roleplay prompts that have been sent out. You can get them on the internet. I'll post the link here. It does improve roleplay overall by using those prompts, but it's still not that good. It doesn't follow directions. It does what it wants. Use this carefully. Keep an eye on it. A lot of models, when they first come out, their peak, the first 24 hours, incredible. The next few days, the next week, it gets overwhelmed. Too much traffic. They tweak things. It changes. This kind of has been typical lately with other models as well. I am hopeful that they'll get this under control and improve it. They are asking specifically the roleplay community what they can do to improve it. Leave your comments there. Find that. I'll post a link for that too. So hopefully we can improve the situation overall. Kimi K2.6, I have been kind of considered the person that wrangled Kimi K2.5 with my Freaky Frankenstein preset line for role-playing. I can't do it with Kimi K2.6. I am so sorry. I tried. I spent 2 full days nonstop trying to use my old tricks, completely new tricks, chain of thought. Sometimes the chain of thought was latching into Kimi K2.6, so go through my chain of thought and then just output. That was amazing. That was also on day 1, similar to DeepSeek. Since then, it has not done that. I have done a lot of research on Kimi K2.6 with regards to this. Essentially, it has been trained to think way more than Kimi K2.5. It's meant to be an agentic swarm with interleaved thinking, okay? So to put that in simpler terms, while they were training it, they made it so that it always thinks in this manner. Reason, draft. Reason, draft, reason, draft again if it needs to, and then output. It has been awarded over and over to be reinforced to think that way. You can't prompt that out. There's nothing you can do. With that being said, it's probably, if you're willing to wait 4 minutes for a response, it's probably the best. There is no other model that outputs better than Kimi K2.6, maybe Cloud Opus, with that 4-minute thinking. I can't do that. We can't do that. We have lives to live. We can't wait 4 minutes for a turn. I have tried other things, such as disabling the thinking. Now, hear me out here. There are custom parameters that you can enter for your API call to disable the reasoning. Kimi K2.5 with my prompt ends up reasoning fairly shortly for a response. Can't do that with K2.6. K2.6, the model, K2.6, no thinking, so non-reasoning, outputs garbage, doesn't follow your preset directions at all. K2.6 with thinking, but with the thinking disabled, for whatever reason, does really good. Not as good as if it thought for 4 minutes, absolutely, but try it out yourself. Use Kimi K2.6 with thinking, not the non-thinking version, and then use your custom parameters to disable its reasoning. It'll output immediately, and it outputs pretty good. A lot better than DeepSeek has been. ChatGPT 5.5 dropped. MVU Game Maker 0.95 has dropped, and it has gotten the SillyTavern community's attention. Essentially, you take a character card, and then you can turn it into a full-fledged RPG with stats. It gets converted into this MVU file, and it has a D20 tracking system for social checks. It has bonds, romance stats, so it seems like it has a lot of flexibility. It seems really, really cool. This week in the preset community, Purrfect Logic has dropped, has a cute little kitty photo and amongst other things as far as the picture for its link, but you can find that on Reddit. I will post the link as well for that one. It is formulated for GLM 4.7, I believe, but it works well on other GLM models. Check it out. Also in the preset community, Megumin V6 Suite has dropped. It seems like a really good preset. I have not tried it again because I was too busy trying to tame and failing Kimi K2.6, but this seems like a very popular preset, up there with a lot of the other popular ones that people seem to be using in the last couple of weeks. It seems to be also a preset that works with its own extension. That's been how I understood it. Correct me if I'm wrong. Try it out, check it out. Let's talk about NanoGPT a little bit. So $8 a month is a great, fantastic deal. I have to say, this is the first month that I have personally subscribed to it in order to try Kimi K2.6, DeepSeek V4. I'm trying to get the creator of NanoGPT to put Mimo V2.5 up there because I kind of like Mimo 2.5 a little bit. Little secret there. But quality lately on Nano has been kind of meh. I use GLM direct through Z.AI, and GLM 5.1 still stands to this day as by far my favorite model. Nothing quite compares. With that said, GLM 5.1 on NanoGPT is kind of messy. It's not my favorite model, specifically from NanoGPT. It's very hit or miss. The reasoning varies wildly each time I send a prompt to it. I think we are getting different versions. Sometimes it doesn't even reason. I just get gibberish back. Kimi K2.6 is also like this. Same with DeepSeek. I have no clue what's going on. Maybe they can reach out and kind of explain to us how the inner workings behind it works. Sometimes I'm getting Chinese back in DeepSeek. Sometimes I'm getting English back in DeepSeek. I'm using different prompts, presets. I'm using my own presets. I have changed the Mandarin chain of thought in my presets, so that's not leaking out. It is just DeepSeek being DeepSeek on NanoGPT. I wonder how it differs on direct. But there has been issues with NanoGPT, skipping reasoning, changing its reasoning, being very questionable with regards to its overall output. It seems quantized, heavily quantized. Keep this in mind. I hope they're going to fix it soon. I'm a new subscriber this month, so maybe this is the norm, maybe not. I usually go direct. Direct is much better as far as quality goes. I will be sticking with the direct for now. With that said, you can't beat the price. $8 a month, GLM 5.1's on there, Kimi K2.6 is on there, DeepSeek V4. They're really trying their best to make us happy, and we are forever thankful for that. We just should be aware that there are some bugs that might need to be worked out. Quality can be an issue. DeepSeek V4 is also extremely cheap, pay as you go right now on that service if you don't do the subscription. Also, I believe GLM 5.1 and Kimi are on a 2x multiplier for cost, but I mean, you have so many tokens per week, you should never hit that. Last but absolutely not least, Freaky Frankenstein for Max and Bolt have finally entered beta. I've gotten like 30 beta testers to try this out, and I'm very excited about it. It is going very well. Mostly what I've been hearing as far as feedback goes is, yeah, this is Fatman 4.2, but with way less bugs and more consistency. That was my goal. I wanted less bugs and more consistency. Essentially what I did was I took all of the prompts exactly as they were, and I turned them into code, pseudocode tune with logic gates. So I managed to take Fatman 4.2, compress it, reduce it by almost 40% as far as tokens go. Fatman 4.2 was about 7,000 tokens. Okay, that's insane. That's way too big, my opinion. But it was really good, so I sent it out anyways. Frankenstein 4 Max, I've managed to get Fatman 4.2 essentially down to 5,000, right under 5,000 tokens. So heavily reduced, which means more dense logic, which means more consistency with the outputs and less bugs. There's less for the model to keep track of. It also seems to really like code. It's a coding, a lot of these models are trained on code, so they like to read code. So we're coding our role plays now, guys. I guess that's what we're going for. Freaky Frankenstein Bolt, I just also sent into beta. I was able to push that out a lot quicker than it took for me to work on Max, since a lot of the prompting is very similar. The focus here is speed, efficiency. It outputs probably 4 times faster than Max and not much worse output, if at all. So I kind of overdid it on Bolt. Don't sleep on Bolt. It's essentially that 3.6 little feller that I made a while ago, souped up with all of the prompts that Freaky Frankenstein 4.2 Fatman had, but at less than 3,000 tokens. So it's an extremely lightweight preset, very effective, very fast. GLM 5 Turbo combined, that model combined with Bolt, turns GLM 5 into a flash model. Output is instantaneous. It's wild. So I'm very happy and excited to bring that to you. I will drop that on Thursday. I think that's all. Thank you so much for sitting here listening. And yeah, have a good day. Have a good week. Enjoy.